Every story has a beginning. And this story began 6 years ago. Looking for the next big adventure, we settled on the French Broad River. And while I knew this trip would have an edge to it, I underestimated the impact it would have on the paddlers. The plan was simple. Start at mile 0 in Rossman, North Carolina, and paddle all the way through to Douglas Lake, Tennessee. And in between those 2 points, we would find 160 miles of everything a river could offer. There were beautiful mornings, golden days, hard portages, late nights, and everything else you could imagine. One thing that stuck out to us was how different each segment of the river was from another. And the Cherokee knew this as well. They named the different segments of a river based off the characteristics of the river in that area. There was the chattering children at the headwaters, the place of shadows found along the fertile valley, the long man for the river after hot springs. But the section of the river that was most transformative both for our group and the paddlers involved was Tahkeeosteh, where they race. We knew that this section would bring with it the brunt of the big adventure and the excitement. What we didn't know is how much it would come to define the whole trip. From the very beginning, Tahkeeosteh wore down Adam. Feeling he wasn't quite up to the task, he bowed out at Marshall. Brian and I continued the journey, and he was staring down the barrel of the most challenging water he had ever faced. But he also found himself staring at some of the most beautiful views he had ever seen. It's almost like the prize you get for running the gauntlet. Places like Paint Creek, Section 8, of course that hamburger at Hot Springs, the views themselves inside Section 9. To take in these views and to live the experience, you have to live the adventure. You have to keep going. And of course, as with any great adventure, the bedrock is not knowing what the outcome will be. There may be a price you pay. There may be a memory you don't want to make. But at the end, if you just keep going, you can look back, you can look deep inside, and know that you are one of the few that has ever done this in a loaded touring kayak. And now, 6 years later, 6 new paddlers want to run this gauntlet and join Club 9. And so begins the story of the return to Tahkeeosteh.
The one and only Southern paddler.
River King World Headquarters. How about that?
How was the drive?
It was pretty good, actually. Good to see you, man.
Dan Truitt, everybody. Well, that escalated quickly. We were pulling his boat out to kind of give it the once over and just get it off his truck. And then I mentioned, hey, we should just go put him in the haul because he's never paddled a rapid with it. And he stopped and he's like, I'm down. And I was like, well, I am too. Let's go. So fast forward 20 minutes. We're here at the Hall River. Going to throw some helmets and life jackets on and go get his first rapids. What do you say?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's roll.
Dan is no stranger to paddling. In fact, he may paddle more than anybody I know. What will be new to Dan is the technical rapids, the size of the rapids, and the amount of push the river's going to have. We've paddled a few times together on the 2023 members trip, and before that on our Okmulgee adventure down in Georgia. He feels up for the challenge and the adventure. Now we just got to get him ready. I took him down to the local stretch of the hall so we could work on skills and I could find his weak points. This will help me figure out how to give him beta and where to watch out for him when we're on the river later.
You did pretty good, but your boat angle was wrong.
Okay.
Paddle forward on the right, forward on the right. Yeah, you weren't in there yet. Okay. So you were gonna stop yourself from forward momentum and stay in the current.
That's
yeah.
what that guy was doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you don't keep your nose angle upriver at like 11 o'clock,
Yeah.
it's just gonna wash. You're gonna wash down there, which is, you may happen to you.
Yeah.
That's called a peel out.
Okay.
That's what we did first. This is a ferry. Now we wanna get over there without going downstream. Make some magic, Dan. Lean right, lean right. There you go. When you come into the eddy, lean like you're skidding a bike. You started way too far downstream at the bow, but you recovered well. And if you set it right again, you should be able to do it in one. One stroke. And then use the paddle. Left. Oh, you blew it again. You're like setting your angle too perpendicular to the flow, and you're spending a lot of energy to keep yourself from washing. Okay. So if you can get in here dead upstream, and you can surf. Like you won't move. That's much better. Always lean downstream if you turn sideways. No, that's much better than you were doing. And then transition to right edge. Yep. You're putting too much hoobastank on your strokes. Overcompensating because you're doing the right things now, so it doesn't take all the effort. That arm's like almost straight. That one's straight. And you're like this. When you're stroking, your left arm is in, your right arm is in, right in front of your face, extend it out. Lean right, lean right. Oh no! Oh no! Oh. So you went a little fast in there. You overcharged it. Well, we got that out of the way. Oh. Good job, man. Good recovery. You got your boat and your paddle. All right, folks. You saw what happened. He was doing really well until he wasn't. He's a pretty strong looking guy. I don't know if you noticed, but I think he just over horsepowered his way into that surf wave. And he's unfamiliar with his rudder, and he actually was ruddering the incorrect way to surf that. And he just kept going faster and faster up into a swimmer bell, basically. So if you would do the honors of just maybe holding my camera there.
Okay.
And, man, it looks good on this black helmet. Oh yeah, folks. Welcome to the swim team, Dan.
Thanks, Pete.
He's ready. Got that out of the way. Now I can just focus on swimming Frank Bell's. I mean, paddling through Frank Frog. The secret is to play in that rapid until they swim. You really don't know like where the point of failure is till I see you swim. Now I know. Now I know.
It was fun to catch up with Dan, and even more fun to work on some skills, and finally put that swimmer bell sticker on that helmet. I'm not sure if he felt better or worse after our lesson, but he was definitely more ready than he was when he pulled up in my driveway. Now for a quick night's sleep, an early wake up, and then head in for the biggest adventure of Dan's life. But for now, we just drift along, listen to cicadas, and watch the eagles fly.
We got Austin, we got Alan on the sheets, and then the party starts. All right, folks, it's a party. Got the boats. We're about an hour from home. And we got the rest of the team. Kevin, Dirt Dauber. You know the sun is high in the sky when Dirt Dauber breaks out his first ice cream at 6 a.m. I don't think he's allowed to eat ice cream at home, and he gets out here with us and he just goes hog wild.
Hit the nail on the head.
What's she gonna say?
Hopefully she won't see the video.
So I always learn something new. My whole life, I've been calling this the Continental Divide, and he's laughing at me. He's like, man, this is a big hill climb. I was like, it's the Continental Divide. He goes, no, bro, that's in the Rockies. And now I feel like an idiot because, like I say, my whole life traveling in this area, I thought I was going over Continental Divide. He's just laughing at me. He goes, no, you ain't getting me on this one. You ain't getting me on this one.
Eastern Continental Divide.
Yeah!
No, it's not the Continental Divide.
Oh, it's the one we're on.
It's Eastern. There's a difference.
No, this is the one. That one's the Western. This is the one. Then we found this one first. Years later, someone found the Western Divide. So if you're saying one is...
No, the Continental Divide is where all the water runs either to the Pacific or the Atlantic, and that's in the Rockies. I don't know what this divides, but...
The continent. It's the continent.
No.
Yeah. The weather looks very ominous up ahead, and I pulled up the radar, and the radar looked worse. There's a lot of rain coming. Hopefully it'll pass by quickly, kind of dissipate when it hits the mountains, and like not do a whole lot. The river came up last night to 3,400. It's come back down already now to 3,100. I'm trying to keep it around 3,000 or less for the section 9 part. That would probably just be a great level to get through there without too much craziness. And a little more water would be better than bony for getting the boats through. So yeah, we got this rainstorm coming tonight, or right now, and so that's gonna spike the river probably tomorrow morning, right when we're getting in section 9. So we'll keep an eye on things upstream and downstream and see what it's gonna do. Hopefully there'll be enough reception in the area to check a water level, but it's gonna be fun. We'll see what happens. Here at Woodfin Riverside Park, French Broad right over there. Running a little bit brown today, but that's fine. It just means the miles will be easier. I'm wondering where the actual put-in is. Let's scope it out. All right, so there's the launch site. Looks like some weird rock steps. We'll just have to put them in there sideways and launch one at a time. We're not going far. Unfortunately, we're heading right down there and then getting out and portaging on the river left. Got about a half-mile paddle for the first portage. And but there's no great place to put in below the dam. There's no place at all to put in below the dam that I'm aware of. That's just how it is. All right, folks, we got the gear. We got the boats on the riverside. About to drop Dirt Dauber, Allen, and with the boats and gear here, they're gonna wash, and we're gonna ride up and make our way up and do the shuttle drops and check out what it looks like at the different places. Then make our way back here, load the boats up, and then put on the river. So we're getting close. Oh yeah, Dirt Dauber. He said he's gonna run, Frank Bell.
I'm gonna try to run if I don't change my mind.
Oh, we're telling stories, having a good time, reminiscing of all the bad things that happened to us before, and it makes us laugh. So special thanks right off the bat to Blue Nest Beef again for hooking us up. We got all the boys outfitted with some jerky for the trip, and it's really good. So link in the description if you want that. I think the guys are about packed up. Looking tidy. That was fast. I'm impressed. Now take a couple items back to the truck, go run our shuttle. We decided to go ahead and pack boats now because it's not raining and there's a chance that rain may move in on us by the time we get back. Just look isolated thunder showers kind of thing. Didn't look like it's really gonna do much change to the river levels, but we're watching it, and it's at 3,100 now and dropping. Should be in the mid 2000s by tomorrow, which would be great. But this thunderstorm's rolling through. We'll see what happens. You always got to watch. I forgot my sponge. I always forget something. This little sponge out sponge. That's the look of, I'm telling myself it's all going to be okay.
I'm good.
We're having fun, right?
Looking at
Give me
the
your-
eye in the river.
What's the percentage chance you're going to swim this trip?
Remember that. We were crossing
Good.
Be confident. Be confident.
You know, I think there's the percentage of a swim is, let's call it 25%.
25%. 25%.
25%? Okay, I'll go with that.
Yeah.
We're here to make sure that 25% stays bottled up inside that boat somewhere for some other trip. But if it happens, it'll be a great story later.
It'll be a great story.
All right. We're going to go set the shuttle. We're dropping a car at Bernard in case the river flashes and or in case there's an injury or someone's just not having the best day on the water, or just it decides, you know, hey, I'm not feeling it. I don't want to do Section 9. You know, there's a lot of reasons, but we'll have a truck at Bernard that can affect a shuttle if we need that. So, and then we're going to go on to the to the takeout rather, and drop the car there, then head back up and come back here and put on the river. So, looking forward to it. All right, so we are here at Bernard. Trailer and the truck is parked. So now it's a 1 hour drive back to put in. We are on the water, just left Woodfin River Park, and we have the dam just ahead here in Woodfin. And so we probably got 6/10 of a mile or so, a little over half a mile to where we have to get out to portage, and we're gonna portage on the left side. There's really no option to portage on the right. There's no option to put in on the right unless you go all the way down to Ledges Whitewater Park, and doing so would eliminate about 5 miles of good water and also the best part of Ledges. So we opted for the little bit of work, get the heart pumping, make that first portage. We got about 16, 17 miles to go to get down to Marshall, where Adam's gonna be waiting. He's running ahead of schedule. We're running a little bit behind, but it is what it is. When we get to Marshall, Adam's truck's gonna be there. He's gonna run us 2x2 around both dams to the bottom of Redmond Dam. And then when he gets done, we're off for the races to enjoy the rest of the day. And yeah, let's go.
It seemed an odd decision to put in half a mile above a dam, but this was really the only way to experience the full stretch of river. The boys made quick work of things. And fortunately for us, less water was going over the dam this year, and it made the re-entry considerably easier. While there was more water on the river, the hydro station was taking that water in and pumping it out just above the big rapid below. The calm before the storm, we would have to deal with all that flow in a different place in just a little while. So one by one we brought the boats down, and the paddlers shoved off to recollect in an eddy about 100 yards downstream. It's the perfect intro to a trip. Flat water paddle to get your mind racing, a portage to get your knees shaking, and then right into the rapids and the flow that are waiting. After the portage and below the dam, you track down the middle of the channel. The seawall on the right is channeling the water through a flume. When that water rejoins the river, we'll have a lot more flow. Until then, we pick our way down the rock gardens, everyone getting warmed up. And somewhere below is Three Tree Island where we camped. And just to the right of that was a really big rapid that Brian and Yacoberry walked. I was looking forward to seeing it, and I wondered what it would look like with the higher flow.
That's our island right there that we camped on. Don't wash into those rocks, it's no good. I just told them to go y'all's route. I don't think a couple of them are gonna make that ferry.
That's the same route.
Yeah.
There's a couple of routes right there in the mix too.
Yeah, that was like, when it was lower, those were hoobastank.
Right.
Yeah, but they weren't discharging. So we had natural flow, and this was all unrunnable. I've only been here once, not at this level, and I don't remember it, so.
So basically, a bit.
Yeah.
I would soon find out why the rapid didn't look so big. Paddling just a little further, I realized my mistake. But we were just now getting to Three Tree Island, and were lined up for the big rapid.
I take it back. That's our island, and this is the rapid. Here we go. Good luck. Follow right behind me.
Let go, bud. Let go, let go.
Man! Feet up! Get your feet up! You're good, just float. Get your feet up. Stand right. Stand right, Dan. Swim right, Dan. You're fine. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're perfect. Dan. Dan.
Grab your paddle. Got it? Keep coming up to the shore. You're almost there. Welcome to whitewater.
Hey.
I hope you got a little fun out of that, even though it was a swim.
Not much.
Let me push it off.
Perfect. That was money.
All right, we got it.
Easy.
Beautiful.
I was thinking, man, it's nothing at this higher water. It was a big rapid last time. Oh, this is it.
All right, what do I do now?
Take up the trail, walk that way. They're taking care of your boat right now.
Yeah, done! Woo! Just chalk it up to like, holy sweet mother.
Yeah.
What is that? We're doing what? Dan's like, hey, something's floating, I'm grabbing it. I was like, way to go, Kev, he rescued. And he's like, get off my boat.
I said, you're gonna have to let go. You're gonna have to let go.
Dan's, I can hear him thinking, they think this is fun? That coastal swamp's starting to sound pretty good right now. That's a lot to drink in on the first day.
Yeah.
Like literally. We ride! We jumped back in the boats as the sun started popping out from behind the clouds. Dan had never quite seen a rapid like that before, and had definitely never swam a rapid like that before. A lot of new experiences to take in and process. And it raised obvious questions in his mind about what might be ahead, and would he do well there. The long and short of it is that he was taking it all in and forgot to paddle, and tried to slow down in the middle of the rapid. That usually yields the worst results you can have. In any case, we made it through unscathed. We didn't lose any gear, and we were making it down the river. I was just hoping he was having as much fun as we were. think this is ledges. Let me get a little ahead and look at it.
This will be the most difficult stretch of the day, and my plan was to get a little bit ahead of the group, and that way I can guide them into the easiest, most straightforward line possible. I wound up on the river right in a nice eddy, with a straight shot through the ledges. Unfortunately, the message was lost in translation, and Austin led the way into the most difficult part of the rapid. As the footage unfolds, you can see the moment when Austin realizes he may have made a mistake. And well, the rest is history. I've left the following footage pretty raw and from as many different angles as possible. Pay attention to how those still paddling assess the situation and start working through the priorities of paddler and gear and making sure someone is with everyone. Austin just realized he may not have made the best decision, but he picked a new line and aggressively pursued it. Sometimes that's the only difference between making it through and some trout scouting time.
anywhere, don't move. Just hold tight. Stay there. Stay there. About lost it. Hang tight, don't move, don't move.
Come on in.
Yeah, baby.
I know, I was doing a hard pull to get out of the way of your way.
I don't know how we got out of that. Oh my God. My legs are like this.
I hope Dan's okay.
Yep, got it. All right, so you and I, we're gonna just dump it together. Oh, good, that's deep. But don't get in that flow. All right, nice and slow because it's on me. All right. I'm gonna walk you over to that chute. You're just gonna run that out. I'm gonna get out here and turn you around. I'm gonna try to put you in that slot so that it's a straight shot of wave trains all the way to their eddy. All right, you ready? It's up, keep it up. And just paddle nice and chill all the way through all this. You got it.
Stay right.
What happened? So that was like the hardest line y'all could have ever taken. So I was telling everybody, come right, and y'all couldn't hear me. Yeah, it was the right side is it was just a straight shot. That was tricky.
That was a pretty tough one there.
That's the most technical one, probably even of tomorrow.
We took a few minutes to collect our thoughts and our gear. In getting back in, I noticed the parallels for my first trip through this section. The sun was out in full force, the views were amazing, and the water was perfect. But Dan was rattled by the last swim, and I could see on his face that he was already in a truck headed home, and he couldn't get to Marshall soon enough. I pretended like I didn't notice, and I tried to keep his spirits up. But there's a certain look on someone's face when they're just not happy with being on the water. My main goal now was to get him safely to Marshall and try to keep him smiling along the way.
Yeah, Dan! Go right.
And now, just like the first time through here, I felt that conflict within. Personally, I was enjoying a perfect day, beautiful water and amazing views. But at my side was a friend who wanted nothing more than to be off the river. It produces an unfortunate dissonance within. And though I never wanted it to be that way on either trip, I wouldn't change it now. This stretch of river has proven itself to be formidable. It has its own character. It's the gatekeeper for Section 9. If you're not comfortable here, you probably shouldn't be there. We simply encouraged Dan, told him to take a minute and breathe in and breathe out, take in the views, enjoy the boogie water. On the inside, his biggest concern was that he was letting the team down, and he felt terrible.
up a little bit.
The river had claimed a GoPro during his last swim, and then he simply put the other one away. I was looking at a friend that didn't want to be here, and at the moment, didn't really care to remember it either.
Close your eyes, hear the voice within, calling. This heavy load got under your skin, hauling. You got the white knuckles holding on it tight, keeping your feelings bottled up inside, heading for collision in the night. To really live, you gotta die. Breathe in, breathe out. Hey, come alive. Breathe in, breathe out. Look at the colors, colors, colors. Right.
I'm not in control right now.
Vitamins and history books, psychology and a different way to look at it all. 'Cause my perspective is broken. If suffering's a way to earn your keep, I better start putting miles on my feet. But I'm so tired of wandering. Yeah, I'm lost, but I'm living. Yeah, I'm lost. Can I be forgiven? I thought by now pain would be my friend. I know that discomfort was a means to an end, but I'm lying in a warm bed. No, I'm lying.
As we settled into Section 7 in the beautiful afternoon, I could see Dan relax just a little bit, but the struggle was still alive and well. He was enjoying himself a little more, but he really didn't feel up for tomorrow. And just in case he needed anything else to encourage him one way or another, he found one last pillow rock that almost flipped him and sealed the deal.
I smother myself in what I know. I'm claustrophobic and comfortable. I smother myself in what I know. Yeah, I'm lost, but I'm living. No, I'm lost. Can I be forgiven?
That was the rock we were trying to. I was like, come left, yeah. Further. Come back this way again. You're in that murky zone. Yeah. Where there'll be some rocks. What do you say, Dan?
I'm hanging in there.
Hanging in there.
He's like, don't talk to me.
River's beating him up a little bit, but he's hanging in there. He's doing fine. He just doesn't feel like it. Beautiful afternoon. We are sliding into Marshall here. Got less than a mile. We've seen Adam on the river. He's been tracking our progress with InReach. But yeah, we're like, we're through all the crazy stuff today. We're gonna get into Marshall, then we're doing double lifts with Adam's truck, 2 boats at a time to get over both dams, because there's really not a portage trail at either one. The first one's better, but the second one is just horrible from what I hear. Undeveloped as of yet. So the best option, the recommended option, is to just get driven around both of them. Worked out because Adam couldn't join us to the beginning, so he's going to be waiting here for us, make our portage, and then we'll be slow drifting to a campsite after that. Hopefully the portage won't take too long, but I think it took us like 10 minutes when we did it before, and it was just one lift of cars. So we'll have 7 boats, so maybe one lift can have 3 boats, maybe not. So that's 2 by, so maybe it'll take 30-40 minutes, we'll see. But yeah, fabulous day. Some good water all the way down to Marshall. More feet. One, 2, 3. Go a little further up the trail with this one. Oh, that's briars. Ow, oh, oh. So we're bopping through Marshall. They're gonna load another couple boats. It seems like it's gonna take 25 or 30 minutes a lift, by the way it's going now anyway. So we're gonna go get a drink, make this a little better. Dan's bound out. He's trying to make the call to get off the river. So whenever that happens, you have to support the person. Maybe encourage them to stay, that everything, you know, they're not a burden to us, whatever. But if they made up their mind to get off the river, that's what needs to happen. So he'll be back. He'll be back. He did well. So here's to you, Dan. Thanks for coming. Can't wait till the next trip with you. And if y'all see Dan, salute. There's our shuttle vehicle. Zadie's. See what they got. All right, folks, I'm here at Zadie's, and look what I found. It's the orphan girl. She's got quite the story. I just got it. She sings oral tradition ballads.
Yep. They're all a cappella traditional ballads that have been passed down in my family for 9 generations now.
Can you sing one?
Sing one? Oh. I'll sing you a piece of
Sure.
one.
Awesome.
All right, let's see. Don't be weirded out. I'm about to sing for 2 seconds. Okay, y'all. All right, let's see. There was a rich lady from London. She came. Fine Sally, fine Sally, fine Sally was her name. And she had more money than a king could possess. Her neatness and her beauty was worth all the rest.
That's what I'm talking about. Good stuff. Come down here if you're in Marshall. Come check her out. She'll take care of you, and if you're lucky, she'll sing for you.
That's true.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Have a great night.
Have a fun trip.
Thank you. Folks, this ice cream sandwich is out of control. What do you say, Dirt Dauber?
Look at this.
Look at that. I got the peanut butter fudge. Bro.
That is a River King sized ice cream sandwich.
That's so good. I love this town. Oh, back to the boats.
It was a nice evening in Marshall, a small town that time left behind and then recently picked back up.
Talk to me. How's the ice cream sandwich?
It is fantastic.
That's what I'm talking about.
It is.
He's about, no kidding folks, that's about 4 seconds into it when I turn the camera on. It's almost gone. Oh, train tracks are quite comfortable. We think this is our ride. Oh yeah, that's us.
Cool.
All right, boats are on the truck. Gonna hop in, make this quick shuttle. Then there'll be one more shuttle, and then we're back paddling.
Adding to the mix of emotions was the feeling of excitement and energy of picking up Adam. Watching the sunset bounce off the dam, we processed everything that was going on.
Just a little more. My mind is wide and aching at the core. Do we ever learn before it's too late? Why we keep falling, falling through it? Should I be leaning on each other all the way? Why we keep waiting, waiting for eons, like time's been frozen, never too late.
And for the second time, I paddle away from this dam, down one crew member. On the upside, we picked up Adam. It was time to find a place to camp, sleep it off, and dive headfirst into our big day tomorrow.
Ocean breeze blowing in your hair.
It's all part of the adventure. It's all part of the story.
How do I compare?
The river once again demanded her toll, and we paid it. I'm sure you'll see Dan again. He'll be back. But for tonight, we press onward.
Why don't we go high and trust in foolish hearts? It's why we keep falling, falling through eons. We should be leaning on each other all the way. Why we keep waiting, waiting for eons. Let's spin around and run back through the gates. Why we keep calling, wandering aimless. Let's go together back to where we belong.
Is that coming through? Amazing. Like Mama's apple pie. I need a box of these. Just give me a case. That would make an awesome breakfast. All right, Austin, try a bite. Oh yeah, yeah, winner. Kevin?
That's a
Oh
winner.
look, he had that spoon out and ready. Like
That is a winner right there. I can eat that for breakfast.
and lunch and dinner.
Yeah, that's like top marks, Trailtopia, top marks.
Yeah. That's the best thing I've ever eaten out of a bag. I'll just tell you right now.